Hi, my name's Phil, and I've got this old canoe stern motorboat, 32 foot long, 87 years old, just 12 years older than I am, and I'm trying to bring it back to life. So this series of videos called Reviving Jabiru, hope you enjoy it. This is episode 5, so have fun. The work that I've done so far on the boat has mainly been getting it down to the interior, the hull surface, like getting all the interior out so that I can actually look at the condition of everything. Almost every fastening in the boat needs to be redone. So I'm punching all the nails into ribs and re-riveting or re-clenching them. I think the engine beds will need to be looked at in terms of being rebolted. And all of the floors will have to have new keel bolts through them. So a lot of work to do there, and pretty boring to watch in great detail. So I'll try and show you little bits of it, and hopefully you'll be able to stay to the end of the video and enjoy it. So have fun. When I rebedded and fastened the floors in the aft section, I had to ease all of the limber holes which were filled with pitch. I also needed to remove some of the excess pitch that was overlaying everything. That pitch is very messy stuff to deal with, and certainly not my favourite task. I welded a small piece of steel bar to a rod, and by heating this bar I was able to clear out the pitch from underneath the ribs on each side of the keelson. It worked well, but it was very time consuming. The heating of the pitch also ensured it continued to seal the timber in the bilge. The boat was jacked up, and a water level was used to ensure the boat's sitting level both fore and aft, as well as across the beam. This will make levelling the forward floors and the stringers easier, as the new floor level in the forward end of the boat will be about 300 millimetres lower than it was, to give a little bit more headroom under the forward cabin. I guess a previous concern may have been keeping the water level inside the boat lower than the floor.
Maybe you're on that pipe. I am.
Yes, sorry, that was me. That's the stem. That's pretty good. The two lower forward stringers were removed next, and these will be brought down towards the keel a bit to allow them to support the new floor level.
The next step was to remove that great big hardwood thwart that goes across the middle of the boat, about the midship section. It was almost immediately in front of the old engine before I took it out. Before I removed it, I put a beam across the top on that frame that holds the boat upright, and then I wedged the gunnels so that if the boat wanted to move, I'd be able to see it. It was heartening to see that once the thwart was removed, the wedges were loosened and the boat didn't move at all. So it was very stable. So that was great. I think we can show just too much riveting and dolly holding. So just for a change of pace, here's a little of burning off the port topsides. This had to be done to expose which fastenings required punchings and which ones didn't.
Well, a couple of days ago I was loaned a camera and we did some work on the boat. One of the things included taking out this floor, which is a little bit on the rotten side. When these bolts were put in, it just kept going in, so you can see there it's pretty much had it. Piece of Oregon, that floor. So I pulled the floor out. Underneath it looks okay, but there was no filler of any sort underneath it, no putty. You can see the edge of the pitch where there's been pitch poured into the bottom of the boat. I'm still deciding whether to leave that in or take it out. So anyway, I've made up a new floor, and it fits a bit better than the old one, so I'm going to put that in. It's second-hand timber out of the roof of a house. Nice clear Oregon, so that'll be good. But the other thing we did the other day with the camera that didn't work, and did all the work, recorded it, and then found that none of it could be played back. So it included taking out the two top stringers. If you have a look at the other side of the boat, there's two stringers in there. One a bit shorter than the other, but they cover most of the open length of the boat here. So we took those out, and the idea is that we'll punch and re-rivet all the fastenings in the top side from the stern right up to the stem where they haven't been done. But there's no video of taking them out. So that's where we're at today. So I'm going to bolt this one in. Another interesting thing was that there was a through bolt through the keel in this old floor, and when I went to take it out, it started to come out quite easily. The reason is that electrolysis had eaten off the head, and you can see there how much it's eaten away the middle of the bolt. The only good part is the thread that was covered by the nut and the washer. So a new through bolt through the keel, and I think I'm going to check some of the other floors as we go further aft and make sure that they're okay as well. So anyway, I'll get this new floor coated in epoxy, paint the bottom of the boat and bed it in, and then it'll be as good as new. Well, that's it for episode 5. Had a few funny foibles with cameras and batteries, and so we missed getting one set of stringers out, and we only got half of putting them back in because of battery and camera problems. So hopefully episode 6 will be a bit smoother than that one. The next episode will detail how I'm going to go about drawing up the boat. I did start fiddling with a 3D scanning program. It didn't work out very well, and I'll show you a picture of the wiggly lines that made for us. So I've decided to go old school and draw it properly by measuring it. So I'll go through that process, and that'll probably take up a lot of episode 6. So see you then. Thanks.